Good morning, everyone. We are continuing this morning with Chapter 28 from Merging with Śiva, the Superconscious Mind. Lesson 193. Learn to move awareness. You must not think the superconscious mind is way out of your reach simply because of the word super, because it is quite the contrary. It is within you. It has always been within you. All you have to do is to reprogram the subconscious a little and move awareness out of the conscious mind, and your journey is within. You are superconscious now. You have to accept that. You do not have to get to be superconscious. This is not something that is going to happen to you all of a sudden and then cause you to be different. The thing that is going to happen to you is that you will release your individual awareness from the so-called bondages of the habit patterns of the external mind that it had been accustomed to flowing through. Once it is released, you will automatically flow into other inner areas of the mind because you have been studying about them and now have the map clearly outlined for you. You might be wondering why, if you are supposed to be superconscious right now, you have not had the wonderful experiences that I have told you about. This is easy to answer. You may be superconscious now, but not consciously superconscious all of the time. Or even for long enough periods to have these beautiful experiences. So when I say you are superconscious right now, that is true, or you would not be even hearing about it. It is no accident our meeting in this way to share some of my inner life and this particularly deep subject matter. It is providential, I would say, and has occurred at the proper time of your unfoldment on the path. Though you are superconscious right now, awareness is still externalized enough that you touch into it only a little bit, and then are pulled back to the subconscious or to the conscious mind. Through regular practice of meditation, one learns to move awareness through the superconscious areas, like a dancer learns to move across the stage according to the rhythm of the music. It takes much practice for the dancer to acquire the technique and the preparation of himself to fulfill his calling. He has to live a disciplined lifestyle. It is the same for the contemplative. He has to work with and exercise the currents of awareness so dynamically that he can flow into a superconscious area and remain there long enough to look around a little bit and enjoy it. Then we get related Shum words in our commentary. The basic one, of course, is ni'imf. Awareness flowing through the mind, being singularly aware of one area and then another. Ni'imf constantly changes its name to the name of the area it becomes conscious in while traveling, and is only called ni'imf when it is the thread of consciousness traveling, or in between one of the names of awareness and another. For instance, ni'imf, when traveling through Balikana, is then called Balikana. And when traveling through the experience of Naratashum, it is named that. Ni'imf can travel from the seventh to the fourth dimension. Its home is in the fifth and fourth dimensions, but it usually resides in the fourth, looking at the third. In contrast to Eve, which is the observation of awareness flowing only through the higher areas of mind. Awareness is psychic sight and hearing. Awareness traveling while seeing with the inner eye and hearing with the inner ear into and out of areas of the mind. Second Shum word, Shumif. One of four perspectives. The meditative viewpoint of being awareness flowing from one area of the inner mind to another, the mind itself being stationary. The perspective of the Shum Chief language. It is also simply called the Shum perspective. In Saiva Siddhanta, it includes the deeper meditative practices. It is an Advaitic or monistic viewpoint. And then the last Shum word, Dibonif. This is the goal, Dibonif. Awareness, fluid and free from fear, flowing. The area of the mind of fluid awareness that one has after Namutana, the first inner light experience. When Dibonif is cultivated, awareness can move quickly in any direction. Thus, mental arguments with others or with oneself do not occur. This is a useful portrait to master. And back to the lesson. Lesson 194, the use of intuition. Intuition is the natural way in which man expresses himself on Earth or any other planet on which he might find expression of his being. This natural flow of mana, the Polynesian word for pranic Shakti, from and through him only becomes inhibited when he disconnects from the nerve system of the celestial into the nerve system of the animal. When this occurs, there, therefore, is a disconnect between superconsciousness and external consciousness. Man's individual awareness is either captured by the nerve system of external consciousness, of the successive animal bodies which his soul inhabits as a vehicle to live on earth in, or man's individual awareness is captured by his celestial nerve system, matured on aged planets in the galaxy prior to arrival here on earth. This then is superconsciousness, the natural expression of the transcendental soul known as man. Intuition day by day occurs spasmodically, but it does occur. And systematically one can gear his observation of his own intuitional faculties and find out exactly when these intuitive functions occur within him. It is a well-defined fact that we have the faculty of precognition of coming events. It is also concurrently known that feelings of fear may precede impending danger. It is for the individual to disentangle and sort out within his own daily experiential pattern which is which. In this way he becomes knowledgeable in the great university of his own mind as to what is a daily intuitive occurrence and what is not. How does one distinguish between intuition and usual thought-feeling processes? Desires come through feeling, warmth of emotion, as do thoughts, schemes, ways of manipulating the media forces for one's own personal benefit or that of a loved one. This is contrary to the power of intuition, which runs cold and is direct, like a bolt of lightning in the inner sky, or the subtle rainbow of an etheric aura, which bypasses the processes of current thinking. giving answers before the question, and solving problems before they have accrued. It is only through sadhana and divesting oneself in order to perform sadhana from the social structure of the conglomerate of mortals that surround you that you will actually be able to prudently delineate between true intuition and the imposing factors of need and greed that often seem paramount when living up to the externalities of the instinctive nerve system. Oh, that's one sentence. That's a great sentence. Let me read it again. It's really beautiful. It is only through sadhana and divesting oneself in order to perform sadhana from the social structure of the conglomerate of mortals that surround you that you will actually be able to prudently delineate between the intuition and the imposing factors of need and greed that often seem paramount when living up to the externalities of the instinctive nerve system. Then we have a Shum word in the commentary. Ling Ing Da Shum, fifth dimension, sub-superconscious mind. Awareness of forms in their totality and progressive states of manifestation. Consciousness of a deep universal love for other people. The dimension that opens the doors into the Akasha. Then the next one is why I'm reading it. The inner voice comes directly from this dimension. This dimension relates to the Kamshumalinga Kalinkasim, in Sanskrit the Vishuddha Chakra. To experience the portraits within this dimension, look out from the throat area. It's a very important teaching in Shum relating to the chakras, Kamshum, Alinga, and the dimensions that to experience, we look out from the respective chakra. So this would be looking out from the throat, meaning we kind of imagine we're in the throat and looking out, and that would help us tune into this dimension of the mind. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.